I'd like to wish everybody out there on YouTube this a blessed Sunday morning. Unfortunately, due to our current crisis, church services have been suspended, at least in for my denomination, for the church that I go to. So I'm here at home, going through my stuff, getting ready for turkey season, which opens next weekend, next Saturday here in California, to be precise. So I'd like to start out by doing kind of a quick overview of my vest that I've used for the past couple seasons. This is the Cabela's Tactical Tatr 2 vest. It's a little bulky, and it's not the least expensive vest on the market, although you can catch it on sale quite often for a pretty reasonable price. I believe this vest has been on the market now for close to 10 years, at least in its current form, 7 or 8 years. So I'd like to just go over some of the key features. It's got this great, very comfortable pad on the back that kind of flips down to place via elastic strap, so you don't have to worry about a magnet. So I found this to be very expedient, very secure as far as keeping the pad up and out of brush, and yet it's quickly deployable. Got these very comfortable back pads here, which I love. I've got trouble with back pain. Sometimes I wake up and feel like I'm an 80-year-old man. So these are great for me. So I've been really happy with this vest. The vest is a little bulky. Empty. It weighs around 3.5 pounds. But generally, for my hunting adventures, hiking distances are fairly short. Although I do hike up pretty steep hills. Chasing these mountain birds here in Central California on public land. So I'd like to just go over some of the calls that I use, that I find useful, and that are generally in my vest. And then I'd also like to touch on some of the other gear that I carry turkey hunting. So starting with calls, kind of my main go-to for kind of a locator type call and to get turkeys coming in my direction is a box call. Box calls have perhaps fallen a little bit out of favor with the high profile YouTube crowd these days, but they're kind of viewed as a novice call or as a beginner's call. People complain that, well, I can't get quite soft enough for turkeys. You can't control the volume up close, and that's maybe true. If you use kind of a shorter stroke, like I did at first there, you can get it a little quieter. So I don't know if that's really that much of a concern. Honestly, here in California, for these mountain birds, even on public land, we've got a lot of background noise, road noise, runoff from streams. It's usually better to err on the side of being loud than being too quiet. You go in there and try and yelp with a mouth call under your breath, and half the time birds aren't going to hear you. Unless you've already called them into shooting range with louder calling. I carry a couple different types of mouth calls here. Both by Woodhaven. Carry the Woodhaven Ninja Venom. Gives it a little clearer sound, and then the Woodhaven Toxic Orange. Gives a little raspier yelp. Excellent calls. Carry a couple different pot and peg style calls. I carry this zinc crystal. Gives you those good high-pitched yelps. Really, here in California, I feel that aluminum, crystal, and glass calls are going to be more valuable than a slate call. But I do carry a slate call just for those soft purrs, as well as aggressive fighting purrs. So slate does those type of sounds better in my opinion than your crystal and aluminum type calls. But that being said, just for kind of locating and calling in birds, I prefer the crystal and aluminum for most scenarios. I carry 4 different pegs. Got a Purple Heart, hickory with a waterproof tip, and a couple laminated strikers. As far as locator calls, I carry the Peacock Coyote call by Primos. I also carry just a straight double reed. I believe this is a Hunter Specialties Wayne Carlton Double D Elk call. For those good coyote howls, like to use the coyote howls to locate birds on the roost. They seem to respond really well. They'll respond to it up in the day as well. When I'm going around up in the day, I use this crow call. It's a Primos, just a plastic crow call, but using that crow call, I like to kind of gargle into the call. I find it just gives a coarser, raspier sound that pulls more gobbles from birds. So that's about it as far as calls. Other gear, Primos Slick Stick to condition the crystal call. I've also got a little roach clip here that's got some Scotch-Brite on there, which you can use to condition the slate as well as the strikers. Like to carry some cleaning materials for my binoculars. I usually carry binoculars. I've got this Hunter Specialties knee gun pad. Just makes having your gun on your knee a little more comfortable and helps keep it steadier, so you don't have to keep your hand up there as often. Couple different sets of face mask and glove, and of course with our current crisis, you got to have good old toilet paper. And some bug spray. I like the Keratin. I don't really like DEET. DEET's just seems a little harsh. I've had it kind of melt plastic items before, or start to melt, I should say. And then in the back of the vest, I carry a nipper. Cut limbs out of place for the setup against a tree. And also, I carry a turkey tote. And that's about it. Just about out of time here, folks. So stay safe.